My name's Jason Semenoff. I was born in Kahukahu. That's where I grew up till I was 7 years old, and then we moved to Whangarei. And now I live in Hikarangi. My grandfather on my mother's side was a world champion. His name is Pero Smith. And my father is a woodchopper. My youngest memories when I was young is Dad used to set his log up. I used to go and chip the bark off it, and then I used to tell Dad to chop the rest of the log. And I didn't have an axe then, I had a little penny spade because Dad didn't trust me with an axe. So that was my youngest memories with an axe. I've chopped for the New Zealand under-21 team. And then we lost the first series against Australia, then we won the second series against Australia, and then I chopped for the New Zealand senior team twice, 99 and 2004. My specialty is standing. I love the standing. I love the feeling of the last blow when the log goes flying off. It's the anticipation of, last time I did it in 10 hits, can I get it in 6 hits or 7 hits this time? It never ends. Every log's different, so some logs you'll get in 6 hits and some logs will take a little bit longer. So when I first started chopping, there was 68 Axemen per day on the circuit, 10 days over the Christmas period, and now there's about 24 Axemen in the north. So it's been dropping off over the years, but just this last year we've had quite a lot of interest, and people are starting to come back and chop and wanting to see the chopping again. If you do weights, you end up with too big of muscles here, and you can't get the drop on the axe when you hit the log. So you can't do heaps of weights because you end up too muscle bound. So it's kind of got to be exercise that keeps you supple, yeah, but strong, yeah. And shoveling it strengthens up all your arms when you're flicking the metal and you're banging into things, and apart from chopping. But really the best training is just chopping. When you get to a certain level, the axes become about 95% of it. Yeah, it's really important that you've got an axe that's going for that certain texture of that wood on that certain day, because every day the wood changes, the texture changes, so you've got to have a lot of axes that are different edges and everything to change with the different woods. So I just walk up to the log. Dad looks at the log and he goes, "That's a good log, boy, I'll give you this bigger axe." So yeah, Dad's kind of done all the axes for me, and it's just something that I'm taking an interest in now, learning how to do it so that, you know, I can have that knowledge for my sons when they get into the sport. There's two ways you can chop. You can chop really aggressively, but yeah, you don't let the axe flow as well when you tense up. So you've got to be relaxed and let the axe, even though it doesn't look like we're relaxed when we're smashing the heck out of it, but you've got to let that axe go and just let it glide and come in nicely, and so that it gets a nice slice onto the wood. Yeah, you can't, once you power it or get angry with it, everything starts going, it keeps going wrong and wrong, yeah. It's a lot of controlled aggression. You got to have a lot of explosive power, but it's got to be really controlled to try and hit that same mark and same right angle every time. When I was in the New Zealand team in 2004, the whole team was all father's sons when we were racing Australia. So it's just a temperament you learn from a young age, is, you know, the father teaching the son how to bloody, you know, hitting the right angles, and don't get angry, hit the right angles, you know. I'm finding that with my sons at the moment, teaching them, like, they try and hit it hard because they see Dad hitting it hard, but all the time I'm trying to teach them how to hit on the right angle. And I say, feel it through your hands, son. Can you feel this? Can you feel it slicing the wood? And they're like, oh yeah, I can feel that, Dad. Whoa, that went real good, Dad. And but that's just learning it through your hands, not through your power. There's 3 generations chopping last year, you know, so that's awesome. You know, you can't do that in rugby. Teaching them a sport that was my grandfather's sport and my father's sport, and hopefully it'll be my boys' sport, and it's just neat to hand it down and hand down the knowledge and something they can be proud of, you know, something to aspire to. And the highlight for me was winning the Billy Shelford Trophy. I won that starting off 42 seconds behind that Broader AMP show. That's right up in the Hokianga. This trophy means a lot to us in Northland Axemen. Billy Shelford was a top Northland chopper and it meant a lot to win his trophy. Yeah, it's just bringing the young fellas up at the moment and just lifting the chopping back in the north again, because that's also another goal. It's not just my goals, it's helping the choppers in the north get back to where we were and have a strong Northland team again.